Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Usapan Retro. It's the only boomer video game talk show on Kumu. We don't actually play games; we just talk about video games, and specifically retro video games, as well as anime, comic books, anything nerdy that you could think of. If you guys don't know, the live stream for Usapan Retro happens on the Kumu app at 5 p.m. Saturdays Filipino time. If you're not familiar with the Kumu app is an app built by Filipinos for Filipinos with a whole bunch of Filipinos. So please download the app now. There's so many live streamers talking everything from beauty tips to mental health and boomer video game topics like my show. Unfortunately, for this special episode, it was cut in half, so we're going to be jumping right into the middle of the conversation about Shenmue. If you guys don't know about Shenmue was a game that came out on the Dreamcast, on the Sega Dreamcast in 98, 99, depending on where you were. It's a very seminal game. It was one of the first open world games. Earlier in the episode, my special guests, Miss O and Ron Saura, were talking about their early experiences with video games and video game consoles and growing up in the Philippines and getting to video games. But like I said earlier, the stream got cut in half, so I only have half of the recording of the stream. So we're going to be jumping into right in the middle of the conversation of Shenmue. But please stick around to the end of the episode. We're going to be talking about the PS5 and our first impressions. And my favorite game on the PS5, which will be coming out soon, she'll be coming out before the end of this year, I hope, is the game Stray. I want to be a cat. I can't wait to be a cat. You're a cat and you're in a cyberpunk world setting. It's like my favorite things in the world. Anyways, stay tuned, and here we go. Halfway through the episode of Usapan Retro.
Very linear. There's a definite story, and it'll block you if you go, outside of it, right? Or like, for example, Horizons. Horizons, it even tells you where to go next. You know what I mean? There's always kind of like, okay, this is your next mission and shit. But like, yeah, but over back then, no, it was really like you were living his life, right? Remember, like in the very open, like during the opening scene, like when the dad was killed, right, at the dojo, like the very first thing, right? And then you had to look for the mirror. You had to look for the mirror, which was like somewhere in the dojo. Like, and I was just like, I was so lost. I was like, what is going on over here, right? And then you have to like really interact with everybody, and then it pulls you in, and then all of a sudden it's 3 days in, you haven't slept or eaten or taken a shower.
The story is so good. Like the story, like definitely kept on pushing. Like
really good.
You wanted to know what happened because like you became Rio. So that was so dope.
Rio.
Thank you guys so much for all the virtual gifts. Ron, what was your Okay, well, so my favorite part of the game, right, which I hated when I first started playing it, is the U.S. voiceovers.
Oh man, horrible
Mine had
dub.
subtitles. Mine had subtitles.
You guys, you have the Japanese version then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you have the US dub version, Ron, or did you play the subtitled one?
Yeah, I had the. I just had the regular version. Like, yeah. I mean, I'm one of those guys though too. Like, I'm a purist when it comes to anime. You got to go and read, right? You got to read.
Yeah.
But then there's sometimes too where this game is so long. It's just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So yeah.
Hey Rio. I liked it so much because it reminded me like of you know what it's really like? It's like watching like a martial act, like a martial arts action flick in the '80s. That's what it was like. It was like the dubbing. The dubbing was so bad, but it added that certain charm. It had that Wu-Tang Clan like vibe to it.
Yes.
Actually, like for me, what really drew me into it, well, a part of it is that it taught you how to fight, right? And I'm a big fan of Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, right? So like, you know how Jackie Chan had that Drunken Master movie back then?
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like, you know, at in the very beginning of the game, wherein they will actually teach you which buttons to push, to do this kind of punch, to do this kind of kick, or how to, and I felt like I was becoming like them. I was like, ooh,
what was that?
Exactly. I get to be like Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee.
And even when you remember how they had a dodge button where you could just like dodge out the way and just knee him all of a sudden, or just kick. It was so fluid for its time. Like, maybe looking back at it now, it looks choppy, but back then it was on point pretty good.
Well, you know what was really cool about it? It was the fighting. So this game, aside
Yeah,
from being like one of the first experimental open world games, it also incorporated hand to hand combat, and the fighting system was based on Virtua Fighter.
yeah,
It's
Virtual
actually
Fighter.
the same fighting mechanics as Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, yeah. And you would see it in the dodges, the way they would throw the knees, holds, and stuff like that. Amazing stuff. Just to incorporate, I mean, you'd figure they were like, well, it's Sega. You know what I mean? They're gonna incorporate that stuff. So yeah, that was very very innovative. It's a precursor to things like Batman or Assassin's Creed. Now the fighting system of that.
Everything, really, everything. I mean, it was, this is like, I
That's
remember
true.
reading about it back then that it didn't really make much money. And I was like, really, maybe it was too ahead of
Mm.
its time. I think, you know what I mean? Like, it was too ahead
No,
of its
people
time.
didn't know what the hell this game was. Like,
Exactly.
even okay, okay.
Like,
To be honest, I hated the game when it first came out. Right, I didn't get it, and
because it was too
I
much.
did.
It was too overwhelming.
Yeah, well, because it's a slow game. You have to like put the time in to get to know the game.
Hmm.
Like if you're just expecting to go in there and start doing karate punches and kicking and running around the city, that's not this game. This
Yeah,
game is like this game.
There's a learning
This is
curve
what
to
this,
it.
yeah, but it was also one of the first games that was like that gave you that cinematic experience in a video game. I think it's probably the
yeah.
first game I ever played where it was like, wow, from the opening, with that girl singing. And speaking of, yo, dude, what's up with Rio? Man, dude, that fool was dumb, dude. He should have just stayed. You should have stayed at home with the flower shop girl. I don't know why he's going all the way to China and doing all this dumb shit. Flower shop girl was hot, yo.
Hot, yeah. No.
Oh my God. Okay, you guys are guys. Yep.
Angelo, I did want to bring up this
Okay,
point
okay.
earlier.
Miss O,
I did want to bring up this one point.
who was the? Oh, sorry. What were you saying, Ron?
No, I was gonna say I did want to bring up this one point earlier when you were just talking about the mechanics of the game. I think this was also the first time where I got so distracted by they would have those quick time events.
Oh yeah.
That that was the first time I've ever seen something where you have to press a button at a certain time, and then if you don't press it right away, you
It was
can't
those.
get to that
Yeah,
part.
those stupid ass sailors would hit you at the bar.
Yeah. Or you'd run into an old lady and like you bump into it, you didn't press it on time and stuff like that. So that was just hella innovative to me. Like, wow, it just added
Well, like,
so many layers, to the game. So
well, to
yeah,
me, it was
crazy.
the ability to travel, right? Because like they went from like Japan to China, like to Guilin and. I was about to say that word again, but yeah, like like the traveling, right? And it was even like the language that they used. It was so realistic, actually. So I really really love that.
I did want to
Mm.
say it seemed like an advanced River City
Plus, he
Ransom
was
to me.
cute. Plus, he was so cute.
Who was
That's
cute? Yeah, I was gonna ask you who was the most attractive character in the game.
I'm a girl, so I would be Rio. You know what I mean?
But
I'm
you
like,
didn't like
he had
Tom.
awesome hair.
You didn't like you didn't like Tom, the Japanese guy with the dreadlocks slanging hamburgers.
Oh man.
He was like, "Hey yo, we go,
hi
let's
Problematic.
go."
Rudy, hi Rudy.
Hey, that's
No,
one of
she
the
was like,
first black video game characters, right? Like he was like half Japanese, half black, and he was slanging hamburgers, and he was like
Interracial life.
he had a
there's
food
some
truck, and he was
really
like,
weird ass looking characters there, dude. Like I'm like, whoa, that's
You
a
know
lot
what
of
was
weird
awesome
ass
though?
looking characters.
That was the first time for me seeing Asian faces, and that blew my mind too.
Mm.
Like to see old Asian people too. Like
Oh,
why are
come
they?
on,
Like it just
you
blew my
had,
mind. Like wow, there's Asian people
"What are you
on here.
talking about, Ron? You can see an old Asian man every time you look in the
come
mirror."
on.
Charles, I need to stop. I need to stop.
I'm just saying, like I never saw Asians depicted like that in a game, and it was just so awesome to talk to every single one and see how different they
And
are.
it's a
You know
culture,
what I mean?
so true with the culture too. The culture, the history. Actually, what really drew me into it, was the history. Everything was so accurate, right? And I was such a history buff when I was a kid, and I really like the legends behind it. How it was kind of like being Indiana Jones, but Asian version, right? Like
Yeah,
you're
Asian.
looking for this
Yeah.
mirror because this mirror can like open up this thing, right? And it was so connected to the culture about the gangs, right? There were gangs everywhere that you had to go and fight. So I really like that.
Hey, you didn't find
It's
some
kind
of
of
the stuff
got
a little bit like Chinese racist? I thought some of the lines were like, where are the Chinese people at? The Chinese people are at the Chinese restaurant. That game, yeah.
I well, like I don't know, like it was odd because like most of the games that we play, like especially like with me, it was like little tiny Mario, little tiny Mario, or like
Yeah.
Street Fighter, or things like that. And then all of a sudden, I have this thing who incorporates not only like the culture, the history, and a little bit of mystery into it, but it kind of like I said, it was like living somebody else's life, like
Mhm.
like being Indiana Jones or something like that. I don't know. It was really just it really draws you in. But
What part of the game? What part of the game was your oh shit moment when you're like, oh snap, this is something different? Like when did you realize like, holy crap, I'm holding a piece of art in my hand?
right from the start, because I've never played anything like it before. So right from the start, like right from when I had to first look for that mirror, like by the cherry blossom, you know what I mean? Like yeah. So like right from the start, I was like, ooh, this is something really different because a lot of the times I just do, with my shooting games. I mean, I love racing games, but I was really horrible at it because I guess my reflexes aren't that fast enough. But this one, it took you in slowly, and you had to learn every little thing. You had to learn how to fight. You had to build up your skill level. So yeah,
Hey
like right
Haro,
from the get
Rohan,
go.
Rohan, tell your parents to buy you Shenmue sa PS4, huh?
Yeah.
Shout
Haro,
out
Rohan,
to Rohan,
Kamusta?
Haro and Rohan. Please buy this. What about you? What about you, Ron? What was your like snap moment where you're like, this is different?
Well, not only storyline wise, but when I found out most of my friends had a copy and we were trying to find out where you're at in the game. So it's like, dude, don't tell me, dude. You know what I
No
mean? It became
spoilers.
that like, oh, hey, did you find? It was like watching TV. It was like, what part are you on? You know what I mean? And a lot of us would be like, dude, I keep messing around with playing other things or exploring to where other guys is, oh, dude, I'm just trying to go through it so I can run through it a second time. They wanted to finish it already. And for us, we just thought, dude, it is impossible to finish this game. We were just saying this is impossible to finish. So like, even though I had number two, I had a modded Xbox, so I was able to load that into my modded Xbox. I never finished one. You know what I mean? I never
How
finished
far did
one.
you get?
Oh man, I don't even now that I can't even think about it right now. Yeah,
Oh
I
guys,
mean,
Did
I,
you
I need
finish
a
it
shout out
yourself?
to my Christmas. I did. I even got to the third one. I even got to the
Did you
third one,
beat
but
the
the
third
third one
one?
was kind of like, no, no, not anymore. Cause like I got as
I
far as like, like I forget her name, but like where Rio went to China and met this other master's daughter. I forget her name, but like
Was she the one in the beginning, the one that was singing the song?
no, no, no. It was a
Remember,
different one. Do you remember this motorcyclist? The motorcyclist guy,
not this
the one that
girl.
looks weird. That one. That one.
Yeah, yeah, she's
Was
the
she
one
the one
in the
singing?
opening of part.
Oh,
Yeah, in
really?
the
Was
opening
she
of
the one
part one.
singing?
yeah,
Yeah, in
yeah.
the opening
I
of
didn't
part one,
know.
she was the one on the mountaintop. I only got as far as I got to the third disc, and
Mm.
I got stuck at the pier because some quick time event was supposed to happen, but it never happened. I'm still there. I'm still running around the stupid pier, like waiting for the waiting for the next thing. And I think because this is the Japanese version, and I can't read it, so
It, oh,
because
HRM.
the cool thing about Dreamcast is you could just burn the games. It'll work.
Yup, yup,
Dude, this is so old. They didn't
100%
even have copy protection on it.
crazy. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I think I had a bootleg busted version, the one I was playing, and I'm just running around in a circle. Like I'm at the docks. Like I did the forklift race. I beat all that stuff already. I'm waiting to fight the. I'm supposed to do the big fight at the docks, right? But it
Mm.
won't
But the
start.
docs
I'm
was
just
like
running around.
still pretty early on. The docs is still kind of like pretty early on, right?
No, this no
Like
on the
let's
original one.
No, that's on the first
What?
one, right?
Yeah. Oh, the OG.
It's on the first
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
It's
The
the end.
first
It's
one.
the end of this game.
End of the
But
game.
like, yeah. But I'm still running around the docks like. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I had the bootleg.
Bootleg PlayStation.
Hey, dude. Like this thing is
Hey,
like how
oh
much is
my
this
god.
thing right now? This is like. Let me, man. I'm gonna pull up how much
Yeah,
is a
you should Google
Shenmue
that. Right?
on Dreamcast price listing.
Let me-
I was
I'm gonna
gonna
pull
say,
up.
yeah, that game is so long that you could watch your friend play, and if it wasn't a spoiler alert, you didn't even know what they were doing. You would just like, well, okay, I'll eventually get to where that is. So I
No,
remember just
seriously,
going to
if
my
I
friend's
guess like
place.
if my brother wasn't coaching me, I'd probably be lost. Like, I don't know.
Oh God,
No,
yeah.
Oh, it's
you
not
know how
that bad. It's. I'm
you,
gonna. I'm
you
gonna
know
buy. I'm
how
gonna buy
like
me one of these. Yeah.
you know how like back in the day there were no walkthroughs. You know there were no walkthroughs. There was no cheats or whatever. So like
No, this
my
game was
brother's
like.
good.
Game
Dude,
facts.
put it this way, it was so hard. Like so many of my friends tried to tell me about this game, but nobody knew how to describe it. Like there was no like open world like
No,
description. It
those
was just like
terminologies were not even in
yeah. And then
existence back then.
my friends trying to explain it. They're like, "Yo,
Naked
dog, you're
man.
like this dude," and then like your dad gets killed, then you have to like fight people, then you have to like you go to arcades and like it's just crazy. Like I didn't. I was just like looking at them like. What? Oh, this is a new game called Halo.
What?
I'm playing
Huh?
that.
Oh my
That was pretty
goodness.
much yeah.
But that's
And
what I'm
so
saying.
yeah.
That's what was mind blowing. The fact that one of those oh shit moments is like, wow, I get to go into an arcade, or oh, I get to go buy some food, or whatever it is.
Oh wait, I didn't tell you my oh shit moment in the game.
What was your oh
My oh
shit?
shit moment was for no reason. Like I went to a liquor store, bought some milk and some ham, and fed it to a cat, and then the cat got better. And I was like, what the hell? That was tight. I got to take care of a cat in this video game. That was my oh shit moment. I was like, my
Okay,
pool set
okay,
done. It's
I
like
dig that.
yeah, I nursed the cat back to health, dude. Yeah, that was like, guys, this, guys, the Dreamcast, breaking barriers. This I
Oh
know,
my god.
this
Love,
I just
this
love that.
game.
realized that I'm still a
Love that.
girl then. I really just realized that I'm still a girl because I really like those toy capsule things.
I thought so
The
too.
gachapons. Did you collect all
Yeah,
of them? That was part. That was the game inside the game. You had to
yeah,
collect all the gachapons, right? And
Yeah,
they
like
had all the Sega
seriously.
characters.
yep.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Like
like, oh.
it was so sad that the Dreamcast broke so many boundaries. Like this was like, I mean, I could trace modern gaming back to this console, like the PS4, the Xbox, and the PS5, which I want to talk about later.
Mm.
Back to this console. This was like
I
when the
posted.
clear dividing line.
Remember, I sent it to you guys.
Which one?
The
Oh, that.
PS5, right? The
Yeah,
Black Edition and the Spider-Man Miles Morales Edition. That was beautiful.
that's what you're
Have you
hyped
seen the
about.
white one?
You you guys want to go?
I
You guys want to
seen.
get into PS5 questions now? I'm down to go into the
No, no, no.
PS5 now. Yeah.
How much
I was
time do
just
we
like
got?
telling
Got
you
like
guys,
12 minutes?
dude,
Yeah, let's
it's
go. Let's
like
talk about the PS5, guys.
it's out already. It's like $700 to
Looking like one of
pre-order,
my
dude.
winter coats.
$700.
Is it out? Dude, the PS5 looks the PS5 the PS5
Pre-order.
does look like one of
It's
Chris
out for
Mack's phones.
pre-order.
Did you guys watch
It's
the Did you
available
guys
for
watch the
pre-order
reveal?
already.
But did you
Yeah,
watch the
here.
reveal? Yeah.
No.
Did you what was your highlight? Like what are you looking most forward to?
No, cause I didn't watch it because I know me. I'm gonna get really itchy for it. And so like last year I was in Japan and my friend who works for the PlayStation was there to be testing this out and I was like, oh my god, can I please be part of your beta testers, please, right? And so like he was like, oh my god, Liv, you don't know, you're gonna be able to play all of your games on it from like way before. I was like, oh, it's crazy, dude. Like seriously crazy. I mean, like not
Hey yo,
only is it
Sony, what's up,
beautiful,
dude? Hey
but to be
Sony, if
able
you
to
need to
just
send some
get
Sony, if you need to
everything.
send some review samples over to the Philippines, dude, the Boomer
I
Retro
know.
show called Usapan Retro. This is why I started the show so I can get free samples for games.
Miso, please.
At Ron Saura.
Okay, you saw the reveal, right? What do you think about the system?
I mean the backwards compatibility, right, is something that everyone's been kind of asking for years. Me being a gamer, um, I don't mean to get super nerdy real quick, but when it comes to wrestling games, right? WWE and 2K14, or not 2K14, but like the 2K series. Like the last time they made something good was 2K14. Everyone is trying to copy a game that came out on the PS2, which was SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain. It's considered one of the greatest wrestling games of all time. So I can't play that game, obviously, but now I have the option to do that. Not only that, but to get to play old P. I mean, you're basically reliving your childhood again. So to play games like Suikoden and all those old games from
Suikoden!
the past, like I want to have that here,
Man,
and
you
not
guys are,
only that,
dude.
but
You're a
Dude,
true
I'm only
you
boomer,
know
Ron.
what?
excited because I barely
You
got my
know what I
You're
phone.
a true
want?
boomer, Ron. You're gonna buy a PS5 to pay PS1 games.
Me. That's what I want to do. Like seriously, Onimusha? It was this. It was this RPG game on the PS1. Onimusha. Oh my goodness! It was Takeshi Kaneshiro was the actor that they used for that game. Oh my god! And it went from olden Japan to the new Japan. It was crazy. It was crazy, and I'm so I just want to play that game. Like seriously, I just want to play that game again. Because I
Angelo,
remember
I have
living
a
in
Okay.
China
PS3.
and I was just like really into it before. Ooh, you know what? Far
Um,
Cry. Have you ever
Far
played
Cry.
Far Cry?
Far Cry? Yeah,
Far
yeah,
Cry would
yeah.
be great. Yeah, Far
I mean,
Cry.
for me
Oh my
also, I
goodness.
think the three, when the PS3 came out, that probably had one of the, I mean, probably one of the best libraries ever. So even though play old PS3 games, I think that's going to be so fun, to do. I just don't know how it would work with, would all those DLCs be available and all the other
Man,
extra stuff.
every game that was dope on the PS3 came out on the PS4. The PS4
Right,
is
right,
the
right. But
remastered
the little
machine.
obscure games, though, the little obscure games, the little ones that like it wasn't maybe on the radar, like mainstream wise, you can go back and play those games too. So, like
I'm most excited for the new generation of games. There's one game in particular that I saw at the reveal. It was called Stray, and in
mm.
Stray, you are a stray cat in a cyberpunk setting, and you're a cat, and
Oh,
you have to figure
I have
your
not
way
heard
out
of
of the
that.
city. Yeah,
wait,
that
a
was the coolest
cat,
thing. Like,
a stray cat in a cyberpunk setting.
yes,
Yeah, those
you
are
are
my
a
vibes
cat.
right there. Those are my
That's my
vibes.
vibe right there.
Okay,
Like
okay.
straight, like they said Resident Evil 8, The Village. Ooh, they said Gran Turismo. Ooh, and then they brought out the
Mhm.
cat, and I was just like, and it's a stray cat, and you're a stray cat. Yeah, and then it looks like cyberpunk, but you're a cat. So like I'm super excited about that. Like that's like my favorite genre of things. It's like one of my first favorite games I fell in love with. Have you guys ever played Snatcher on the Sega CD?
Mm-mm,
No. Mm-mm.
Snatcher
no.
is dope. It's one of like Hideo Kojima's one of his first games, and
Okay, gotcha.
it's basically his reinterpretation of Blade Runner, and it's like a it's almost like a point and click type of adventure, but
Okay,
it's called Snatcher. You guys should check it out. But it's like done like in this anime style.
okay.
Yeah, Snatcher,
Snatcher?
really crazy game.
Right.
It's kind of like it's on the same vibe as like Scanners. You know those '80s movies, like
Yeah,
those with their heads keep
yeah.
blowing. It's
Yep,
like on that
yep.
vibe, dude. Yeah,
Awesome.
super tight. Chris Matt is Need for Speed Underground. Chris Matt,
Need
you
for
had a
Speed.
CRX,
Oh my
didn't you?
god.
Need for Speed, Underground, or Most Wanted. Those were like my favorite ones. Those were my favorite ones
Dude,
on the 3.
did you guys get those the steering wheel with the pedal and stuff like that? Oh my god,
No.
my sister got that and we were just like, oh my goodness, seriously. We were not
But then,
Wow.
sleeping. The three of us, we were not sleeping. We were just like, my turn, my turn. See, Chris Matt
but
did.
the whole
My
wheel,
Chris Matt did.
dude, I
Yeah,
couldn't get
like
in.
seriously, we even had the pedal. We had a pedal. We had everything. Like seriously, we did it. Like it was crazy.
my game was like the only racing game I really liked was Daytona USA in the arcade because
The
yeah,
arcade,
I was
yeah.
like super.
I mean, that's a
Yeah, dude,
classic.
I used to
I think
like.
everybody liked that.
Yeah, dude, I used to pick up girls because I
And
could beat it
rock
on
band.
expert. I could beat the game on expert in the arcade. Like
Wow.
I
So
was
you'd
tight,
race
dude.
him.
Huh?
I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
only.
You'd
No,
race him.
people wouldn't race me because like everybody only liked to play the oval track, but I would play the expert track with all the turns, and people would just be in shock that I could actually race on that
Drift
track.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then my console my favorite console racing game was I was a Ridge Racer guy. I like the arcade racer. I like doing the little
Oh,
power
Ridge
spin.
Racer.
Yeah, I've actually beat all those games. I actually beat Ridge Racer, Rage Racer, Ridge Racer 4. I actually like actually spent the time to beat those games. Need for
I think
Speed
for
though I never
me,
got into.
I think for me it was Need for Speed. At the time, my first real car was a Chrysler 300, and that car was in the game. So I'm like, dude, this game has my car, and I would just, it'd be basically me, So yeah.
I think my Chris Matt is making us feel old. My Chris Matt, I love you, but you're making us feel old.
Damn, eighth grade.
He's like eighth grade.
Jeez,
He's like
Chris
eighth
Matt.
grade.
I'm all like
My
in
Chris
eighth
Matt,
grade.
what are you
I was
doing?
Hey, what happened? What game was that? Man, eighth grade. What was I playing in eighth grade? I think
Oh,
like
man.
the Genesis was still cool when I was in eighth grade.
Yeah, we're on Super Nintendo, so we're probably playing.
Oh
Well,
my
I was
god.
playing probably Street Fighter Championship Edition. That's probably what
Yeah,
I.
Street Fighter, yeah,
I was Street
Street
Fighter.
Fighter around eight.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
damn, we're old, dude.
Championship Edition. Championship Edition. You feel
But
me?
I just ended up picking. Do any of you guys have a Switch? Do you guys play the Switch?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
Oh
want
my
to get
goodness.
it
You
yet.
know what?
I want one so bad.
I lost
might
my
use
Switch at the airport. I was
unemployment money.
so bummed out. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
man.
Lost my Switch. Seriously, I was so bummed out. And no,
Yeah,
I got Ron to get Yakuza. How was it?
Okay, look. I was gonna
I
lead
got him
into
to
that.
get
You know what?
Yakuza.
I will
I got him
say
to get Yakuza.
I believe what we were talking about today, shout out to you, Angela, for getting us on. But Shenmue almost seems like an updated version
Yes.
of Yakuza.
Yeah.
Yes.
But dude,
Now you believe me, Ron? I would never
Yeah,
let you
it is.
down.
No,
That's
but
why
it is.
that's why I
Yeah.
haven't been around, because you made me buy that game, dude.
Okay. But have you guys tried? It's not the same lineage, but it had the same vibe. Have you guys played Sleeping Dogs?
I've heard of it. Is it like that?
Dude, Sleeping Dogs is tight. 1 second.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
only have one PS3 game, and it's Sleeping
Angela, we
Dogs,
got
dude.
3 minutes, okay?
Yo, okay, if you like Shenmue, like Sleeping Dogs is like the action
Really?
version of Shenmue.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
my god, okay.
Yeah, it's tight. It's like Shenmue meets GTA. Guys, this game slept
No
on, but
way.
it's so good.
Really?
I bought it for $3.99. Yeah.
I bet you I can get that on the network for cheap then, if they have it. They might.
Yeah, you can buy this game for like $5 right now, probably. Yeah, but
Man,
I
why'd you
highly
show me
suggest.
that, dog? Why'd you show me that, dude?
It's so good, dude. It's like yeah, it's basically like dude. Yeah,
Mister,
Shenmue is
I'm
like
not gonna be around this weekend, okay? Just tell the team I am not coming around.
and the
this
story is
weekend,
hella
dude.
good because it's like modern triad gangs, and it takes place in Hong Kong, and it looks like Hong Kong, dude. Like
Can I
it really,
modify
like,
my
you're
guy and all that too? Can I modify him and all that?
No, you already do. Like your dude's already done, but you can get like houses and cars and there's not too many guns. It's more like karate games. Like, but yeah,
Okay,
but this
gotcha.
game is tight. Guys, we're about to get shut off in like 1 minute, dude. I'm gonna do my goodbyes real quick for
Yay.
Bye, guys.
for the Spotify. Yo, guys, thank you for joining us on Usapan Retro on the Otaku Hour on Kumu. I have my special guest, si Miss O at saka si Ram Sora. Maraming salamat for watching us. Nosebleed Jew. Elite X in the house. Shout outs to the Prince Chris Matt, the youngin of the gang. Shout out to the Ghost Teeth. Ghost Teeth has the most interesting streams, guys. Watch Ghost Teeth. Shout out to Lester Triskelion Jones. He's also
Thank you,
one
Angelo.
of my always watching, and he's also
Continue to
running
talk.
awesome game streams. Yeah. Okay, they're about to cut us off in 20 seconds. What do you guys want? You guys want to do any drops? Go, guys. Go, go. Give shout outs.
Go follow
Game
us.
you're playing right
Please
now.
follow us.
Game you're playing. What game are you playing, Marcel?
Right now, Horizon, Red Dead Redemption, and Assassin's Creed.
Go, Ron, before you get cut off.
Red Dead Redemption and most of the hearts here on Kumu.
Okay, I'm hella corny. I'm playing Luigi's Mansion 3.